Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Dr. Mara Noemi Lopez. I'm the HSI Research Center Director at the University of Arizona and charged with helping to facilitate some of the AZ HSI Consortium initiatives. The AZ HSI Consortium was established in 2021, seeks to strengthen the individual and collective capacity of Arizona HSIs to intentionally serve or intentionally support conditions necessary for Latinx student success in Arizona. One of the consortium's programs is the Evidence-Based Practices Process Initiative. The AZ HSI Consortium sought to create a community-informed process to identify, review, catalog, highlight, amplify, and share evidence-based practices within an HSI context that effectively moves the needle towards greater college access, persistence, retention, transfer, and degree attainment for Latinx students in Arizona. The EBP focuses on what works, for whom, and under what circumstances. We're so excited to highlight this year's or one of this year's 2025 EBP awardees. We'll let them introduce themselves and their program before we ask them a few questions.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Cynthia Kahn. I'm an associate professor at Northern Arizona University, and I am directing the NAU Pathways to Teaching Grow Your Own program that is working in conjunction with six West Valley, Maricopa County West Valley school districts.
I'm Cassandra Lockhart, and I also work with the NAU West Valley Pathways to Teaching. I am the anchor faculty for our program out here in the West Valley, and I also serve as a new teacher mentor in Littleton Elementary School District.
All right, well, we'll jump in. The NAU West Valley Pathways to Teaching program was developed as a Grow Your Own to work with and serve school districts struggling to find having certified teachers for open positions in their school districts. We're working with six districts. Those are Littleton Elementary School District, Tolleson Elementary School District, Union Elementary School District, Buckeye, and Pendergast Elementary School Districts, as well as Saddle Mountain Unified School District. The program has really been situated in offering undergraduate programs in elementary education as well as special in elementary education. The program also offers several different pathways to certification at the graduate level as well. What we focused on is really meeting the needs of the student interested in pursuing a teacher certification program. NAU has historically offered their education programs at statewide sites. However, up until offering this program, the focus has been really on delivering those final 2 years, the major coursework for our undergraduate programs. And what changed with this program, really trying to meet the needs of the prospective students, is that we just learned through our recruitment that many of the students needed opportunities to complete both general education and prerequisite courses as well. We quickly shifted and allowed the students to join, to apply to, be admitted to, and enroll in NAU courses from the start, being able to complete those general education and prerequisite courses and become part of the pipeline of future educators in moving towards being able to enroll in those teacher preparation, those junior and senior level courses. We were excited to have our first graduates. This is a picture of our first graduates from in December of 2024. So we had 8 graduates, and we're expecting several more this spring. Our enrollment continues to be steady and growing. We have another cohort that started in the fall, and we'll be completing an accelerated summer courses this summer, and many will be starting to student teaching in fall of 25, with another cohort starting right behind them, and with the first teacher prep courses in fall of 25 as well. Cassie, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I'm very excited because we're getting to a space where we are looking very seriously at opening in another section so that our students who are in Saddle Mountain, and Buckeye can take their in-person courses there, which reduces another barrier to their education because they won't have to travel up to Avondale to attend their courses. Their courses are hopefully, because I have till June 15th, but I believe in myself and I know that I will have enough students to start that fall 25 course. The other thing, and this is probably new information to you, Dr. Khan, I'm working very diligently with our pre-K programs that are tied to our partners to help get our pre-K teachers fully certified. And so in the next couple of weeks, will have probably 15 to 16 teachers enrolling to become early childhood certified, which we know that um, early learning is the key to great learning. And so I'm so excited that we're making this work, and the program is rapidly expanding, and I'm pleased to see the interest and the want and the need. And we're here to meet that need at the level that they need it from us.
Excellent. So overall, what we're seeing also in terms of demographics of our students is really serving first generation students at a rate much higher than NAU's overall numbers, statistics for students. So really excited about that. Also serving many students of color through this program, and excited to be able to recruit individuals interested in becoming teachers, and individuals who look like the students who are going to be in their classes. So really excited about both of those with this program. So actually, what we're seeing, one of the things that we just talked about was those barriers that we found with our as we began our recruitment efforts. Again, we started by planning to offer just those last 2 years of the degree program at the undergraduate level. The graduate programs are offered online for the students with a bachelor's degree who are interested in pursuing a graduate degree. But for our undergraduate students, we really tried to listen to the students, and so many of these students are full-time employees with one of the partner school districts. So we not only did we allow students to begin with NAU right away to complete those general education and prerequisite coursework, we also began offering from the start of the program an accelerated term 3 set of courses, allowing them to start student teaching 1 semester earlier. This by offering these courses in the summer, the students have been able to successfully complete those requirements, while also balancing other personal responsibilities, and not have the complication of also working. So we found that to be very successful. By also starting the program, allowing students to join NAU right away, there's a state scholarship program that is available to the students that they wouldn't otherwise have access to if they were completing courses through 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 a community college. And so that's the Arizona Teachers Academy Scholarship. It is a last dollar scholarship that does cover all remaining tuition and mandatory fees after any gift aid is applied. So those really have allowed us to be successful in our recruitment and really providing this opportunity locally for students. Another advantage really has been that students can enroll either part-time or full-time. Typically, once they're in their teacher preparation coursework, they are enrolling full-time. But if part-time works better with their schedule, especially early on, that is definitely an option for these students. We also have another scholarship opportunity available for students who are not eligible to complete the FAFSA, the Federal Financial Aid form. And so that's the NAU Access to Excellence Scholarship. So we're really excited to be able to offer that. So with that, the other thing that we really have focused on is hiring individuals as part-time instructors who are from our school districts. So our students are really receiving current information about the culture and curriculums that are being delivered in their school, in the school districts, also providing them the opportunity to truly be prepared as they enter the teaching profession and hopefully in one of these school districts. Cassie, anything else?
No, but I really do want to highlight that opportunity that the students that are coming to us and the barriers that we're removing, that means the students in the classrooms are getting teachers that understand them, know their community, know who they are, but also understand how to be a part of that community because they're already part of the fabric of that community. And it does make a big difference. Having someone who looks like you, sounds like you, understands you, it can mitigate behavioral problems, right? It prevents students from getting in trouble when they don't need to be because I understand you. I know where you come from. I am with you. And I do think having instructors who are actively teaching in the classroom or are not very far removed from the community classroom in which they serve makes the teachers better, right? Practical application of theory is a powerful way to teach. It's what we do now in the classroom. And so teaching them how to do it by highly effective professionals in the spaces that they work and learn in is deeply impactful. And I look forward to seeing the long-term implications of the work that Dr. Khan has set out to do and that I also get to support. So, like Dr. Khan said earlier, one of the things we're really actively doing is listening to the students, listening to the needs of our partners, but not just the top-down partners, like the bottom-up portion, right? The students, what they need. So one of the things we ran into is getting transcripts is really, really difficult. Many of our students have had some college, but for whatever reason, life happens and you have to stop. And sometimes those colleges are gone. Maybe it was a for-profit institution. So getting access to transcripts has been something that has been tough. So what we have done is reach out to the HR departments of the partners, and then if they're maybe not yet employed by a school district, reaching out to their former HR departments and sharing those transcripts, and that has sped up the process and removed an application barrier. NAU itself has removed a financial barrier by waiving the application fee for our West Valley students. So undergraduates and graduates don't have to pay that $75 in order to start their application process. And that $75 is a lot. And so that's a really great opportunity. And then the other thing that's really worked, and this is a discussion we had, we have gone with one-to-one meetings. So I travel to meet with students. If they want to apply, I will meet with them on Zoom in a one-to-one. If they're more comfortable meeting me in person, I travel to them, I sit with them. We walk through the application process. I help them set up their portals because a lot of them Many of them have maybe either haven't gone to college or it's been 20 or so years. And coming back to college now versus when you may have gone in the early aughts, very different experience. And it can be very overwhelming. And so we're finding that that one-to-one touch is helping students move faster through the process, but it's also helping them feel more confident because they know there's someone to ask the questions. I went through the NAU program myself, and so I know the back end of it, but I also know it as a student. And I have found it to be also, I get a lot of joy of just chatting with people and learning about them and answering their questions. The teacher in me really thrives on the personalized application support.
And I would just say we have adjusted our strategies throughout. We're really having our first students join just in spring of 23. So what we've done throughout as we've worked with the school district partners and with Cassie and with NAU's enrollment management and marketing departments, we've looked at what has been successful and then just continued to adjust our strategies. So last summer, we recognized that we were getting quite a few prospects, but they weren't making it through the admissions process at a rate that seemed more appropriate, and so we started working more closely with Cassie and our partners to really outline those steps for admission and get that information out to those prospective students.
But yes, we've been very active rather than not just being reactive. I think one of the things that's been beneficial about our program is that we are proactive. We're looking down the pipeline to see what they need and learning the lessons as we go. For transparency's sake, I thought there were other examples of what we are doing across the nation, and there are. But what no one is doing is offering the undergraduate, right? We're all the GYOs tend towards a graduate, which in itself is a barrier. And so the option to say, no, we're going to do undergraduate as well reduces an intense barrier for our students. It gives them a chance. And, let's be honest, the climate of teaching is a little concerning right now. And being able to go into teaching and graduate with a debt-free opportunity is huge. If this had been something available to me in 2003 when I first started college, I think I'd probably be in a different space financially and probably professionally. So we do know that that is a huge opportunity by giving an undergraduate's experience rather than just the graduate experience. I think there might be one more slide. Let's get Druck in for the sake of time, and Dr. Khan will roll back in when she has. Oh no, that's it. So that's our contact information. We love for you to reach out. You can reach out to me directly, Lockhart, Dr. Cassandra at littletonaz.org, or Dr. Khan herself, Cynthia.Khan at nau.edu.
Wonderful. Cassandra, thank you so much for sharing all of this, the wonderful work that you all are doing. I hope that Dr. Khan can come back online if she's able. Would you like to field some panel questions now?
Yeah, I can probably field a couple. Not the evaluation and assessment, because that is Dr. Khan's bread and butter, but the other ones I feel very confident in.
All right. And you kind of spoke to, I'll ask you this first question, and you kind of spoke to it a little bit in your presentation with all of the wonderful work that you're doing, but maybe we can kind of pinpoint in on it, zero in on it a little bit more. So the first criteria to be recognized as an evidence-based practice awardee, an EBP awardee, is a focus on servingness, right? How is your program advancing servingness for your students, for your community, for your institution? What does servingness mean in the context of your project, your program?
Yeah, so I, we're making teachers, right? Who is the ultimate person of service? They're educators, right? You don't have other jobs without educators. You have to have someone to teach you how to do it, whatever context you exist in. So right then and there, and Arizona has a notorious and very difficult teacher shortage for a number of reasons. But it's not that these kids are undeserving and that our communities are undeserving. The servingness is that when I went, and as I've been reflecting on this, like the servingness is that it's a return to the concept of a neighborhood school and a community-based school. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes also a village to teach a teacher. This is not something you can do, come in cold. You have to have help. You have mentors and support and instructors and professional development. So I think what the servingness is that it's helping these West Valley school districts. We're all partners, but we are reconnecting on a different level. And it doesn't feel so much like a competition. We've come together as a consortium to
Mm.
serve our communities by creating highly qualified teachers who are certified, who understand the art and science of teaching, who then can turn back to their community and see, I have a mentor to support me. I have an anchor faculty who will answer my question. My instructors are local. They understand the needs. We're not taking a large system. No, let me rephrase it. We are taking a large system, but we are restructuring that system for the needs that we see in front of us, right? This is an imperative. And I believe appropriately certified teachers and strong teachers is kind of an ethical and moral imperative, right? We need to do right by our students. And so that's how I see it as serving this.
I love that. So there are a few things that you mentioned. Hi, Dr. Khan, welcome back.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
No, it's okay. Listen, we are very familiar with technical difficulties. I'm glad that you were able to come back. We're working on the first question about servingness. And Cassandra, some of the things that you shared about like coalition building and building partnerships and building bridges, like boundary brokering almost in this process is so important, right? None of this work is done in isolation. And I think that your project and the efficacy of your project is really a testament to that. Another thing that you mentioned both in your presentation and in your response is meeting the needs as you see them. And it sounds like you've also sourced a critical awareness of what those needs are by talking to your students,
Mhm.
right? Acquiring from them, what do you need and how can we meet that need? And I think it's so important because sometimes as people in like the decision-making positions or in leadership positions, there are assumed needs and we don't often go to the source, right?
Mhm.
And connect to them. So you guys are doing that beautifully. So thank you so much for sharing. Dr. Khan, do you want to maybe answer to that question too, or would you like us to move on to the next question?
I would just kind of reiterate what Cassie said, that from the start, our focus really has been on that development of the partnership with the school districts. That has evolved as well. Having Cassie in her role in the West Valley has been critical to the project. Somebody on the ground, really being able to meet with district partners and meet with students as well and prospective students, but also we have listened to our partners. So we started early on in the initiative having larger group meetings based on listening to the partners, especially Cassie meeting with them. We have moved to more individual meetings with just more infrequent, larger group meetings. And so that has really seemed to meet the needs of the partners as well. We've also grown in terms of number of partners because we're trying to sustain this project long term. And so early on, we just had 2 to 3 school district partners. We have grown that to 6 now, and are actually speaking with some additional partners in the West Valley, potential partners in the West Valley. NAU has really taken our lead from the school district liaisons that we work with in terms of connecting with other school districts as well, since there's some other informal organizations among school districts within the West Valley. So really kind of tapping into those relationships that already exist. So that's been critical, really, that partnership building. And then what we already talked about, as you mentioned as well, just listening to students and adjusting the program to fit their needs, and finding those barriers and trying to do the best we can to address them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so we're going to go on to our next question. So the other part of the criteria to be recognized as an evidence-based practice program is that you use evaluation and assessment tools to demonstrate that impact, right? That's so important to help assess the need and really how you're moving the needle forward. So what kind of original analysis supports your work as an evidence-based practice?
Great, thanks. So NAU actually started working with school districts in relation to developing Grow Your Own programs around 2015. We were working with school districts up in Northwest Arizona, but at the time we did not have the funding nor capacity to actually to engage in research related to the development of that Grow Your Own project. And that's what was different and unique about the West Valley Grow Your Own as we developed it. We were grateful for a foundation gift from the Frankie family that has supported the initial development of this project and allowed us to in side by side, along with the development of the initiative, also research the development of Grow Your Own programs. And so with that, we have several approved IRBs through NAU, one focused on the development of a Grow Your Own, the structures that are appropriate to put in place, the strategies that are working, and the ones that have been modified to be more successful. Another another separate research initiative is more focused on student and instructor feedback regarding the program, their thoughts and perspective on the success of what is working, the areas and for improvement as well. And beyond that, we're really also just looking at tracking of our of recruitment data related to prospective students, as well as our actual tracking of our candidates, those individuals enrolling in our programs, and their persistence to graduation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. So I just have a follow-up question, that's okay. So I think that one thing that we've noticed is one of the challenges or maybe barriers or however you want to describe it is the type of data that programs should collect or integrate or analyze to assess the efficacy and contribute to the efficacy of their program and contribute to the sustainability of their work. You talked a little bit about teacher feedback and tracking. Is there, like, do you use surveys? Is this like focus group data? Can you speak to specifically what types of data you're collecting?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of the development of the Grow Your Own as a model,
Mhm.
that could be replicated with other school districts and or by other institutions within the state of Arizona or nationally. For that, we're really looking at documentation, so analysis of documentation and meeting minutes, things like that. How the program has grown and evolved. So that's one of our research studies and the main source of evidence that we're using or analyzing. In terms of really looking at perspectives from students and instructors, we're using survey data for that, as demographic data tracked by the institution for the candidates enrolled in the program. So we have several survey forms that for the students we're trying to survey them right towards the beginning of the program as they're starting those teacher preparation courses. We call it term one. junior level coursework in the end of that semester, and then following their term 3 courses just before they're starting student teaching, where they've really gone through most of the in-class or online coursework. So, and then in addition to that, we have a separate survey where we're gathering feedback from instructors as well who are teaching the classes for the students enrolled in this initiative.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that's a really important reminder for people is that we can use surveys but it's important to know what is the intentionality with the survey distribution. It sounds like you have different touch points for when you disseminate the survey to get different perspectives or maybe assess for a change in perspective or a critical awareness of their experience as they navigate this program. So thank you so much for sharing that. That's definitely enlightening. So we'll have one more panel question. Tell us about a time when you knew that your program really mattered and was making a difference. So like share maybe some anecdotal data that you have, or maybe some impact stories, that you had since you started the program.
Great. So I'll start with one. So approximately a year ago, we held a information session at Littleton Elementary School District and had recruited, definitely distributed flyers to recruit individuals to come to that session. It was beyond what we typically do, some online virtual information sessions and application sessions now. This was an opportunity for prospective students to come and actually meet with advisors and meet with financial aid and meet with the individual who coordinates the state scholarship program, as well as our NAU's enrollment management folks. There were individuals there from the school district as well as leadership from the NAU College of Education. And one of the prospective students came up to the dean of the College of Education and said, I have no college credit. I have not yet. Is there a place for me in this program? And it was so great to be able to say, yes, there is a place for you in this program. We definitely hope you will choose to apply to NAU. We'd love to have you. And so that really that one situation really told me that we were had made the right adjustments to meet the needs of a really wide variety of prospective students who were interested in pursuing a teacher certification program and had not had the opportunity otherwise to do so yet. So, and then Cassie, would you like to jump in?
Yeah, I have my favorite one. So she's starting her teacher prep work this fall, 25. And I've known her for a long time because I taught all of her children. I taught all of her children in 3rd grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And now she herself is going to become a teacher in the same community in which her kids grew up. And like, I got to teach your kids. And I get to teach her. And like, it's such a beautiful full circle moment. And I get to go to her daughter's quinceañera this Saturday, and I am super thrilled. And she doesn't know I'm coming. It's a surprise because I was her favorite 3rd grade teacher, even though I was her only 3rd grade teacher. And that to me is a deeply that's what it matters, right?
Thank you so much for sharing. I could feel like the emotions and the impact that this has had, not just on the people that you're sharing the stories from, but on you too. And I think that really matters. A lot of us see this as like hard work, and being invited to the quinceañera. I mean, that's a moment.
And I learned my lesson because the first quince I went to, I came with a gift and they all gave me side eye, and I was like, okay, cash it is. I forgot. So I got our quince money ready.
I I love that. I love it. That's a core memory for a lot of people, and to have that invite is a beautiful testament to the connections, the sustainable connections that you all are creating. So thank you again for your insightful responses. We really appreciate the work that you're doing to change generations of educators, the work that you're doing to move the needle forward towards academic excellence and achievement for the students in your community too. And just kind of want to acknowledge again, congratulations for being a part of this 2025 EBP awardees cohort. We really appreciate it. And just a note to anyone that's watching is that all of these programs were deemed as evidence-based practices through our EBP nomination process. This year's process will be opening up in fall 2025 and will be available in all AZ HSIs to nominate a program. These programs can span from all different departments, completely interdisciplinary. So we, again, appreciate you both for sharing your insights with us and congratulate you for being a part of this EBP awardees cohort.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this
Thank
opportunity.